Well, we're down a few animals. We've had some more predator problems. So we've had problems with coons here the last few weeks, and we've lost one of our ducks. So we had 3 khaki Campbells. We lost one of those. And then we also had our rabbits. We had them moved to the barn, and we ended up with those rabbits. They like to get around the edge of the cage where there was a space between the wire and one of the 2x4s that make up the cage. And anyway, they would like to get in there. They'd like to stack up on each other. And a coon basically got in there and pulled the baby rabbits through the side of the cage. We ended up losing a total of 4 rabbits from a coon, and we've got 3 baby rabbits left. So we got about 6 inches of water this last weekend, and the chicken coop is just a muddy mess. So my wife ended up putting a couple bales of straw in here to at least give them somewhere dry to walk. What are you guys talking about? You guys are noisy. Now if you look at our ducks, the 2 khaki Campbells that we got left seem to definitely be males. They've got the darker head on them. And then one of these Pekings, this one right here has got a lighter bill, but if you can't hardly tell it, on the back of he's got a curly feather, they call it the Drake feather, and he's got a curled up feather on the back, and that's a telltale sign that he's a male. So apparently we only have 2 Pekings that are females, so probably not going to get too many duck eggs when they finally get laying. So if you look in here, we've got our 3 baby bunnies and the mama. That's all that's left. But we moved them back here into the chicken coop because now they're big enough that the cage shouldn't be a problem, and because it's more secure here inside this chicken coop, because this is inside the secure area where we lock up at night. So the rabbits should be safe in here. So what did we do about the coons? Well, I'll tell you what. Live traps and marshmallows. So, of course, I ran out of marshmallows. But live traps and marshmallows. And coons have a sweet tooth. And the cat doesn't. So I didn't have to worry about catching the cat. And we've basically got 8 coons so far. And the good thing about a live trap is whatever you catch, then you can figure out what you want to do with it. You know, you can let it loose if it's something you didn't mean to trap. You can take them, you can carry them off to the state park or to the state forest or whatever, and get rid of the coons. You can take them to your neighbor's house, whatever. You could also probably dispatch those coons also. So that's a good thing about a live trap. It gives you the choice to do with what the animal you want. So we ended up getting 8 coons, and then it's been like a week now. We never really got any more. We think we got the problem taken care of. But the main problem is they're getting them during the day. They're trying to get in the coop here during the day. We actually caught one inside with the animals during the day, and we were catching the coons out here during the day. So the problem is our coop is not electrified. This is just, so the coop is secure, but this outside run here, it's just fencing to keep the ducks in. It doesn't keep predators out. It'll keep dogs out, but anything that can climb, it can't keep out. So there's no electric fencing or anything on here. So we're going to start looking at different options. We may look at trying to run an electric wire around it. The problem is they still can climb up the other side and get in. So maybe look at some poultry netting, electrified poultry netting, and then that would give us the flexibility to move this around a little bit more. So we're going to start looking at other options to maybe make this area a little bit more secure. But for the meantime, it appears that I've got all the coons in the area gone. So at least the ones that know about the chicken coop. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens, and hopefully we'll come up with a better solution on protecting the animals during the day. So because like this was a temporary deal, it was a quick fix to get all the animals together and give them some space, because we lost a couple other chickens and we weren't sure to what. Maybe it was a coon, but anyway, that's what's happened here with the ducks, rabbits, and chickens. So on a previous update, we had mentioned that we had a chicken that was Broody sitting on 27 eggs. Well, she was Broody, and we already had another chicken that was sitting in the coop Broody. So my wife got some hatching eggs off of a guy she works with, and we put 8 hatching eggs under those chickens, and they ended up hatching out 6 baby chicks. And we've actually raised them in the coop. We've never raised baby chickens in with the rest of the birds before. But the funny thing is, with the 2 mamas, and then there was a 3rd hen that went Broody, and my wife kept throwing around the nesting box, and then finally she decided to mother the chicks too. So these chicks basically got 3 mamas looking out for them, and they rule the roost right now. They've got a gang mentality, and they will chase anybody that messes with those chicks. So it actually has worked out fairly well, at least this go around, with raising the chicks in the coop with the rest of the birds. It is amazing. I mean, they were like not even probably a week old, and they had them going up and down the ramp. It's probably 2 feet up into the coop, and they had those chicks going up and down the ramp, and they had them out scratching. It actually has worked out pretty good. But so we were up to, before we lost the duck, I think we were up to like 25 birds. We're somewhere around 24 birds inside of this coop right now with the ducks and the chickens. Most of them aren't full grown. There's only 6 full grown ones, but still, that's a lot of birds in one coop. Hopefully we're going to take these ducks, and when I get a chance and I get some time, we're going to make a duck house, and we're going to move them closer to the house and to the orchard and basically the pond. And we're going to hopefully move these ducks out to the pond and get them out of the coop with these chickens, and hopefully get them separated. We've got 2 little chicks going at it, head to head. That means one of those 2's a rooster, maybe both of them. Look at them going chest to chest. Just back in April, we were actually living over here in the camper, which was real close to the chicken coop. So we were always back here cooking. We had the campfire back here, always making noise, so we didn't have any problems with predators because we were always close by. So now we are actually living back over that direction, past by those trees, back by the pond. So now we're a lot farther away from the coop, and we're not here except for I let them out early in the morning. They get checked on, I think around noon, and then we check on them of an evening. So they only get checked on probably 3 times a day. So we're not back here. So that is just inviting the predators to come in here during the day and try to get in the coop and to get an animal for a meal. So hopefully maybe the actual long-term fix is, we plan on here later, we're going to try to fix up the old barn back here. So we're going to fix that barn up, and we're planning on getting some livestock, and we're going to make a corral area and fence in a pasture area for livestock, and that fencing should have some electric fencing on it as well. So we're thinking we'll move the chickens back there to the barn with the livestock, and let them share that pasture area with the livestock, and hopefully they'll be better protected inside of that fence that has the electric wire around it. But it'll still be a problem for hawks, I'm sure. So we'll just have to wait and see what we end up doing. So far this year we've lost way too many animals. Not feeling like we're having very good success this year. We really wanted to build the rabbits up. Actually get a few does that we could breed, and 8 was originally born. We got 3 left now, so that's 5 baby rabbits. We lost our buck, the adult male, earlier this year, so that's a total of 6 deaths. We lost 2 chickens and 1 duck, so we've had 9 deaths, or lost 9 animals so far here on the homestead. So hopefully we'll get something figured out, and we won't lose any more the rest of the year. That's what we can hope for, because so far I think with the home build, it's taken so much time away from us that the dang ducks, it's taken so much time away from being able to do things the right and proper way, that's biting us, you know. So hopefully we'll get something figured out and we'll have better luck the rest of the year. Thanks for watching.